Good afternoon. Hi. So great to see so many people here. I'm Kevin Murphy. I'm the artistic director for the program for singers here at Steans, and I'm so excited to, as we start, this is really the first event. It's really exciting. We have some great singers and pianists for you this year, and amazing faculty, some people that have been with us for a while and a few new people as well, and we're just excited about all the upcoming programs. If you look in your program, you can see the events. Especially want to call your attention to our next masterclass with James Conlon. We have his program with Corey Ellison on the Liberated Voices, which is going to be amazing. Schubert with Graham Johnson. And to end off the season, we're going to have Lee Musiker back with the Tony Bennett and Barbara Cook tribute at the end of the few weeks. So we're really excited about that. For those of you who were here last night at the recital, I think we heard a master class last night on what great singing is, right? Yes, exactly. It was just stunning. I was so happy to be a part of it with Anna Maria on stage. She's just a wonderful human being, such a graceful and elegant artist, and I thought, this is what our young singers need to hear. You don't have to force your voice, and I heard already a couple of our young singers this morning singing, and they were already inspired and saying, you know, I realized I just don't have to push, I can sing beautifully, and so this is what we want. So we're grateful that Anna Maria is giving us some time here in a masterclass today and coaching the singers today and tomorrow. So please give a warm welcome to Ana Maria Martínez.
Hi, I just want to say a few words of thanks, appreciation for all of you to be here and to show your support for these wonderful young singers. And when I give a masterclass, I always like to state something that is obvious, that this is a safe space. And it can be very nerve-wracking to do a masterclass, and I will, for them, and I can ask them to try things, but it's up to them if they want to try it or not, right? So I just really encourage you to be as warm and supportive to the singers as you can be. Thank you, and let's get started. Absolutely beautiful. With your permission, I'd like to let everyone know that this is the first time. Can you tell them?
Yes, my first time in front of an audience. So
So it is her debut of this aria in front of an audience. So you were wondering if you should start with this or bring it to auditions, and I say absolutely. Okay. This is definitely right for you. It's beautiful. How did you feel? How did it feel for you?
I feel like it actually went better than I was expecting. But I feel like I love this character, and I feel like I have a hard time balancing like the beautiful expectations of this melody with the character. You know, balancing the demands of both of those things.
So demanding the expectations of the music from the audience perspective, or her expectations in this moment as a character?
I think the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it requires like such beautiful legato.
Which you have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. But sometimes I feel like her playfulness or her playing with Figaro's heart can sometimes get in the way of that for me. So finding that balance is a little challenging.
Yeah, so that gets me. So do you all know what's happening in this moment? Do you want to just like in 30 seconds or less?
Sure. She, so basically she is, she's trying to trick the Count, and Figaro thinks that she's being serious. And so he's saying a whole aria about how women are the worst, and then I think it's like they don't know. She's singing it to Figaro, but he thinks that she's singing this declaration of love to the Count.
And the Count really wants to be with Susanna, although he's married to the Countess. And let's go to another story by a different composer, but it's the same characters. The Barber of Seville, you had Rosina, who marries the Count, and then a few years later, they are the Count and the Countess. And the Countess becomes a Countess because she married the Count, but she didn't necessarily come from that world. And she identifies a lot with Susanna, and they are friends.
Yes.
And the Countess is heartbroken by her husband's infidelity and knowing that he wants to be with you, but you are so madly in love with Figaro. You and Figaro are the forever couple. And you know that he's not trusting you. And so you're singing this at the end when she says, ti vo la fronte incoronare. I would love to crown your head. And in the Italian culture, that means give you the horns because I'll be unfaithful to you. But then, and he's listening to that furious, but she says, a crown of roses, of flowers, of roses, because I love you so much. She knows he's listening, yes. So with that, the idea I can give you to help you with the line is think of the through thought of the love you have for Figaro. That is your constant in all of this. And you are genuine. Susanna is genuine. She's strong. She's super intelligent. Those are also through lines. So you can connect with that through line to give you that sense of legato. And where are you going? Not just in the vocal line, but dramatically, emotionally, where are you going to ultimately tell him, yes, I'm going to crown you with roses. So the love is the shining light. So if you can transfer the philosophical perspective with your line, that will help you. Because if you think she's being playful and mischievous and all of these things, that can feel a little tung, 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 tung. But the through line is the love. As long as you keep the mischief in your eyes, but the through line is here, which is around where your diaphragm is. So your heart is here, and where your support is, keep the air going. Just keep that going. I do this a lot myself, and also I have my students do this, just keep the air going. And in a place where we can focus, because I think this is where the highest expectations are. Throughout, yes, and you have a beautiful mix throughout your registers. It's seamless, it's so beautiful, good for you, and that's tricky in this aria. When you have vieni, vieni, ti vo la fronte incoronare. So it was beautiful. I think it could feel easier.
Yes.
If we just, do you want to isolate some of that?
I would love to, yeah.
Okay.
That one's like a little scary. I would like it to feel easier.
Now, let me ask you, if you don't mind, what feels scary about it?
I want it to feel sincere, but sometimes I feel like in an effort to keep the legato, I'm overpressurizing.
Okay,
So
yeah.
It doesn't match the text to me.
Okay,
if I do it that way.
okay. There are a couple of things that we can technically look at.
Yeah,
At
that'd
that?
be great.
Okay, so let us, how about, is this, because I want you to lead up to it. Is that a good place
Great.
for you to start?
Yeah.
That would be, if we have the same page numbers, 42, the pickup measure to page 43. Okay, so here, before you start, with your confidence, I want you to think that you're releasing them from here, from the upper jaw. So instead of vieni, which we do a lot of times, sometimes we end up dropping the jaw, which then taps into more chest resonance. When we release from here, nothing rises, so your larynx is going to stay in place, it's going to be fine. What ends up happening is that you have more space between your upper and lower jaw, and that's the space you need, so that when you're doing this to keep the air going, you also feel that here. And then you can play with many more dynamics. So it'll be vieni, ben mio. So in the place you have mio, you're going to have enough room up here. Let's just start with that, yeah? Okay, let's stop there. Brava. How did that feel?
I liked it. Yeah, it felt nice, and it didn't feel like I was sinking on the pitch a little bit. It felt very light. Yeah.
Light, the center of the pitch, the core is there, and there's more overtones.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So it feels easier to you, but it's also traveling in that direction in a more efficient way.
Yeah, much less effort.
Great. So now when you start going downward, even if it's one pitch, half a step, or a whole scale, I want you to think of a tray that comes from your midsection around here, and your forearm will stay connected to your side. You don't have to come out too much. So, vieni, ben mio, tra. So every pitch in your imagination is landing in your landing pad. Tra queste piante ascose. But don't go out too far. So what happens when you've got this sense of a tray is that your rib cage stays open and your muscles here say, yes, ma'am. And so this is your motor here. This is your support system. So then you're going to feel much more resonance even as you're going down. Now, why that is such a salvation is that whenever there's a descending line, descending pitch, the support here just takes a coffee break. It just says, I don't really need to work. This is the comfortable part of the voice. And then you've got to scramble to get this to be ready for the next stuff, which is the very exposed stuff.
That's exactly what it feels like, yeah.
Okay, okay. So, brava on vieni, ben mio, and again on tra. Tra queste piante ascose. And then, vieni, vieni. And then the other thing I want to introduce to you is repeat the vowel. When you've got more than one note on the same vowel, you're just repeating the vowel so that it feels seamless to you versus notey.
Yeah.
Okay. Just too much all at once?
I'll try it.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
Okay.
Tray on the descending.
Okay.
How did that feel?
Yeah.
Did the tray help you?
Yeah.
Did
so
you
I didn't feel like I was falling with the descending line?
It did not feel that way.
Right. Yes.
Rock on. That's exactly what you want, yes. And then this is the aria, right? But you want to feel that all night for the performance. And then when you get this to be your MO, you get in touch with the physicality, the athleticism of what we do, which is giving you the stamina to, at the end of the performance, feel like you could do it again from the beginning. So I want to try the vieni, via, really release that v, via, and repeat the vowel. It's a very different lens. Instead of thinking, I've got to go up in pitch, your body already knows how to make that pitch. The tissues, the vocal cords, it knows how to make all of that. Just think, repeat the vowel.
Okay.
Just that vieni.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Like no big deal.
Great. So that is where it starts to get, this is the expectation. That's where you make magic. When you repeat the vowel, you're right, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal at all. There's no gripping. Sometimes you didn't sound like you were gripping, but sometimes when we're going to a different register, these muscles here, which are all connected to your tongue, and the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body, it will start to grip, and that's where some of the top feels uncomfortable. But when you can do these things, releasing the consonants from here, repeating the vowel, and other things that we can look into, that's where the overtones are. This is released, right? So remember, the body knows how to make these sounds, on these particular vowels. You just need to think, repeat the vowel.
Yeah, and I like that directive because I feel like I'm always like, don't scoop. But that's not helpful, but I feel like that idea of like reiterating the vowel makes it feel more Mozartian.
Right, and Mozart would not be, he was a pretty open guy, but he would probably not favor scooping, right? And that's what you mean by the Mozart line. Yeah. So keeping the air going, and making sure that you've got, by releasing that upper the consonant upward, that's when you're making that space, which allows you to then repeat the vowel without having to open again. And then when you open again, if you do that, or you think of reaching this higher note, you're overcompensating. And you don't need to do that. So you just prove that to yourself. Brava. Okay, vieni. Now we're going to do ti vola fro. That's already repeat the vowel. Fronte in coro. Repeat the vowel. Okay. In corona. In corona. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Brava. Have you heard about taking a bite of the apple?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Right. So with the bite of the apple, if you all imagine that you've got an apple right in front of you, if you're going to take a bite into it, your canines have to be the ones that are digging in. The lower jaw is slightly back. And that is, with the lower jaw slightly back, is where you get head resonance. Okay? Could we try in coro? And don't open too much, because you're beginning to drop the jaw. In coro, and look at me. Na, instead of, it's more. That's it. That's it. Okay? How did that feel?
Different.
Okay.
It seemed, it just seemed lighter.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. So I think that's beautiful. And I just want you to keep thinking about repeating the vowel.
Yes.
Do you want to try it again? Just that ti vola fro or vieni.
I was so not thinking about repeating the vowel just then.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're
Okay.
going to try it again.
Repeat, repeat.
From ti vola?
Yeah.
Ti vola fronte in corona.
Brava. Brava. Thank you. That is so beautiful. I have had the privilege of hearing Emilio in different stages of his development, and it's always such a joy to hear you again. How do you feel with the piece?
Honestly, there are days where I like, oh, it's great, and then there are days, stay away. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure today was great. Yeah. You have a gift to create an atmosphere, and it's a combination of your energy, your artistic intention, and your technical ability, your musicality. So that's a gift. And I think pieces like this that have such gravitas are phenomenal for you. So bravo. How do you feel on, let's see, when we're approaching that and approaching this, how does that feel?
This specific part today, like, not my favorite, but usually fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Do you want to look at that, or do you
Sure.
want to start from the beginning?
Either or.
Let's start with this, because I'd like to try actually a little physical rotation, like a hip rotation almost.
Yeah.
Because it just frees everything up. So I'll explain that to you. I'll demonstrate it for you, just the motion of it. And then once we get to that, if you want to try it, maybe we can even try it here.
Sure.
Bear with me, because it looks funny. But if you've got your toes pointing towards each other, right, so that when you bend your knees, they touch. The whole goal is that your knees will touch. So if you stand up straight again, and you can have your hands here and rotate them this way when your knees touch, it's just showing you what's happening. There's a hip rotation happening.
Yeah.
So externally, you're understanding what's happening, and so our audience can see that when we do this, this just means that this hip is rotating. You are able to access your pelvic floor that way, and the air is very free.
Yeah.
And especially for all of us, regardless of our voice type, when we go up high, just to free everything, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Now, if it's an isolated high note where it's not preceded by anything vocal, there's something else that we could do. But do you want to try this? And what we can do is you inhale first and then exhale when you make the movement. And then one more inhale from here. Now, ideally, you feel an opening.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, okay. So in the lower back, because the whole body is the instrument, sometimes we think that the instrument is basically here and a little bit of this and a little bit of the resonators, but it really is the whole body. So you've got to see it that way, and I know you do. Okay, so why don't we try it from, yes. So is that 171?
Yeah.
Do you have rehearsal numbers? And sorry, one more thing. When we do that motion, with everything else in singing, we're always anticipating, right? But this has to be in the moment only.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
That was nice.
Or don't think about it too early. Just know your feet are going to be like this, and then when you get to that higher note, then that's only in the moment, not before the note.
You want me to just do that on the?
I would say here, to see how it feels, and if you want to stop and retry that, but I definitely want you to try it here, because I think it will help you to feel much, much easier up there, regardless of the day.
Yeah.
Because some days, as you said, we feel like, oh, I don't want to look at that piece, or I don't want to look at that line, but we need to know how to work through it, yeah?
For sure.
Okay. And I'll do the motion with you, too. How did you feel?
Yeah, I just kind of turned. This helps a lot, and as a byproduct, it helps me to just turn this off, which helps.
The sign of a very intelligent young man. When you're overthinking, it's part of the perfectionism that is so integrated to what we do, and we're constantly measuring. But you're right, the physicality. So you're tapping now into something that's going to help you from now on, which is incorporating the physicality, the athleticism of it, and trusting that. That's your toolbox. So it can get a little bit free up here. And what you can fill your mind with is the emotion, the intention. As a character, whenever you walk on stage, from backstage, anytime you're entering a scene, you must ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want right now? And it's not Emilio, it's the character. What do I want? And it has to be, the easiest way for all of us is one simple word, and it should be a verb. And nothing philosophical, just as visceral, as simple as possible. And then it translates into great gravitas to the audience. But to us, it has to be simple. It could be spear. It could be caress. In other words, it can't be an agenda of anything emotional, something physical. You know? Yeah. That's going to be helpful. Fill this up here with that kind of thing when all of the physicality makes sense.
Right.
But that was huge difference. Huge difference. And then what happens when the hip rotates is that the air is free to be exhaled.
Yes, it was just mine.
Yeah. So now you can transfer that into everything else that you do. Yeah. Bravo. Okay. Do you want to look at something else in here, or start from the beginning? Or do you want to try any of that again?
Yeah, I feel sometimes this actually doesn't feel bad, but sometimes that is similar to this.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it would be for me too.
Yeah.
So the other thing I want to bring to your attention is, have you ever thought about the rectangular mouth as you're singing? So it's more of this. So I literally put my hand here. And it's not the jaw protruding, but this is creating the space. that we need. And so the image I have in my mind is truly a rectangular mouth, and it benefits all voice types, but particularly lower male voices. So start, if you don't mind, if you humor me, start this section that you want to look at with this. And I think you'll be amazed at how much easier it feels. Okay. And it's going to be larger than you've been opening. I just want you to try because of the colors. Well, it's not dropping the jaw. I want to be clear that it's not a jaw dropping. But if you have your thumb and your index between your upper and lower molars.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, it's a big difference. And a lot of times we're not opening enough.
Okay.
And that's going to give you much more overtones. Because remember, the voice is the sum of its core and overtones.
Yes.
That's it. Well, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on, but that's basically it. So you want to maximize the consistency of the core with the crown of overtones. Yeah? Okay. So I will also hear. All right.
Sorry, from the beginning?
If you'd like.
Sure.
How are we on time? 5 minutes, okay. Thank you. Sorry, Emilio, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay? How did that feel?
It sounds totally different because my hand's in my face, but it feels super easy.
Good, good. Did you feel more engagement here?
I noticed it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So what's happening is if this is under-engaged, we tend to not open as much because then the jaw is more in control.
Right.
And it gives us a false sense of safety. And it can get us far and it can get us through some things. But for this to fully engage, that rectangular mouth approach is very, very helpful. Sure. And so you noticed it.
Yeah.
Now, releasing the consonants from the upper jaw is a game changer too. Do you want to try that concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same place?
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's already. How does that sound?
It
Or
feels.
So that is much more one line. And then for my ears, when I'm hearing that and I'm hearing that consistency and that line, I'm on the edge of my seat because the core is there. The overtones are there. It's so even. And then it's a very clear command of your instrument. And we're always growing. We're always a work in progress. I still take my voice lessons. So it's always, we're always discovering and working. But it's there. It's ready. Right. And that command gives the listener confidence in you also. And then you've got all that playing field to create.
Yeah.
Love this. Okay. Do you want to try the leading up to there and then doing just to see what that feels like? Wherever you like.
At the top of the page. We can just do it in tanza. Yeah, I just like how it makes me not think about anything.
Oh, wonderful.
But the air also, in conjunction with that, it just feels more like I'm riding a wave than it sometimes feels going in and out.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Emilio. That's the whole idea. Yeah, and you're incorporating it right away. So it makes sense?
Yes.
Great, great. How are we on time? 2 minutes, great, okay. What do you want to do?
There's so much. Maybe the last few lines, because they're very exposed, and I feel like sometimes I have to come off to.
Okay, and that's the.
Yeah, or even.
Okay.
All of that.
All right.
I feel like sometimes I have to like get a certain effect, dial back more than I should, and I don't know.
Trust your emotional instincts because you have that. That's your artistry. You've always had that. So trust the color you want to create and the emotion you want to create. So remember that when composers write dynamic markings, they are hoping that their pieces will outlive them, and they know they won't be around to actually tell the interpreter what feeling they want. So they had to write it down with dynamic markings. But you can gauge what is the intention, and that'll be enough. So it doesn't have to be an effect, right? Because then the sincerity is out, and you're very sincere. So you just want to keep that intention there. I would say something that will help you is the releasing of the consonants upward, this position, and keeping the air going. And if this helps you to do this, okay?
Okay.
Because that was more of an effect. So whenever you've got more than one note on the same vowel, repeat the vowel.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just repeat the vowel instead of thinking note to note to note to note as you're going up. If you're descending, a tray.
Sure.
A tray that comes from your midsection, keep your forearm connected to your midsection, and every descending pitch is going to be landing here. And it just keeps your rib cage, that concept keeps your rib cage open, and these muscles engage. And so it doesn't feel like you're losing all the support and all the air, which happens to all of us if we don't have that. Sometimes in we're at time. Just a few seconds. Do you want to try this again and just keep the air going?
Yeah.
And release that, is it an N? Release the... Yes,
okay.
yeah. Release that up, and then we'll be done. So that's actually an exposed line going up. How did it feel this time?
It was really helpful to have a time to think about it intellectually a little bit. And the line, as opposed to turning off, I feel like I learned a little more.
It was more active because I could see you truly repeating the vowel, and it gives you something to do. And just in general for all of us, when we're going to stop doing something, we have to put something else instead. Otherwise it's a void and we'll just resort back to the other behavior. So hopefully these are some tools that you can add to your repertoire of tools. Thank you, Emilio.
Thank
Bravissimo.
you.
So happy to hear you. so beautiful.
Thank you.
Would you like to share with the audience what the song is about? Yes.
Yes. So I'm Peruvian. I was born in Lima, Peru, and I was born and raised there until I was 17. And this piece is a very special Peruvian piece for me because it's in the language of Quechua, which is a Peruvian language from the Andes, from like the Incas would speak this language. I don't personally speak it, but the language and the music from my country really, makes me almost want to cry. So I just wanted to share this song with all of you because this music is not really sang that much. And this is from a set of 31 songs.
Wow.
So you have your pick of all of them. Yeah.
Have you ever performed a group of those?
I performed 4 of them for a recital at USC actually.
Wonderful.
Yeah, last year. No, 2 years ago.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's wonderful that you're exposing us to this as well. Beautiful. Is there something there that you'd like to work on, or would you like to go to Donde Lieta?
We can go to the Lieta.
Yes. So Donde Lieta is one of the most beautiful arias, and it's from La Bohème. And we thought it would be a good idea to work on it. Okay, thank you for the song, and now for Donde Lieta. Brava, Maia. Wonderful, wonderful aria for you. You have such beautiful pianissimi. So pianissimi is a very soft dynamics. And I notice that when you are accessing that, the lower jaw is, yeah, which is the right thing. So when you do that, that's when you've got this C curve access, And that's when you've got much more head resonance. It's going to make your life a lot easier. And that's when you can create those magical moments, right? Beautiful. I wanted to point out a few things. How are we on time right now? I just want to have a 6? 11 minutes. Great. So we can do some work. Thank you. When it comes to Bada, that really, I mean, that's a whole different, I mean, that's a key change. That's a whole, so you definitely want to create something that makes us do this, not just in the orchestra, but we need to hear it in your voice too. So I would do a softer dynamic, because she's already said goodbye. Do you all know what's happening in this moment with Rodolfo? She's overheard Rodolfo telling Marcello that he knows that Mimi is dying, that she's coughing and she's coughing blood and she's, you know, all of that. And she just learned this herself. And even when she says, I me, in that trio part, I me morire, oh my goodness, die? Me? But it's never poor me. Right. What makes her a heroine is that she never pities herself. And Puccini loved women. He had them on a pedestal, and they were strong, and they never pitied themselves, ever. And even at her last moment, she is comforting everybody around her. It's, oh my God, don't get me started. All right, so when you get to Bada, take a little time and really make it as piano, because you have access to that, as you can. Can we just do that? And then I want to go over some other stuff. So, involgi tutto quanto, in un grembiale manderò il portiere. And that could be 5-1, I'm out. Yeah. But wait, underneath the pillow, there's that cuffietta. Keep it as a keeps. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there you're starting to find that. And do you do any staccato exercises? Yeah. Okay, so you could try even, it's up to you if you want to. So that if you see this working in me, and then once you get there, because the staccato confirms that this is what's doing the work. Okay, it's not from here. Right. It's actually from here. And then, so do a little bit, like 2 or 3, however many you need, and then once you feel you've got it, let the air spin and stay there, yeah? Okay. That's it. Did you all feel that? Yeah? That was from another dimension. Yeah. So when you're discovering the dynamics and how you want to shift a color and everything, always start from here. There is one of my favorite, if I may, Lucas, you don't have to move, but if I just may, or maybe if you don't mind helping me, okay, just a D major chord. I was going to play it, but okay. If you don't want to, but it's basically 1 3 5 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 5 3 1. Beautiful. When you get to the top, it's more O. Those 3 are E. The rest is O. Ah. Okay, and thank you, Lucas. And keep working on those so that you go up, and once the top note would be a B flat, you can just do it once. Okay. So that would be and then go as high as you want to. The beauty of that exercise is that it's all coming from here, and it just frees everything up. So there's nothing here wanting To grab, exactly. Brava. It's gonna serve you well. But what you were able to access with that staccato and then get to the bada was fantastic. So I would ask you, if you don't mind, so let's get a little space going on here. Okay. Exactly. So I find that it would behoove you to open just a little bit more, and it doesn't have to be like what you would open for a high note, but even if I'm here, not that much, but basically just explore with the thumb and the index finger between upper and lower molars. So at the start of the aria, and we can keep it, may I have an A flat, please? Lucas, thank you. And the consonants, release them from here, from the upper jaw. Not so much the cheekbone, but the upper jaw. Okay. Okay, let's stop there. What did that feel like to you?
Very open. Yeah.
Yes. Much more present. Yes.
Like rotating around the whole.
And what did you feel in the midsection?
More engagement.
Uh-huh. And I bet it was a little surprising.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Maybe
okay.
a little more air here.
So when we don't open enough here, we're not accessing all of the core or all of the overtones. The jaw is more in control. And we feel a little bit here, but not as much as we need. So when you've got, I mean, this is a quiet moment in the orchestra, but when you're on stage and you've got over 2,000 people and you've got a full orchestra, this is what's getting you through, okay? So another thing you can do is, everything is coming, the consonants are coming up from here, okay? But you tried that. Do you want to go on to the next section?
We can.
Amore, torna sola mi vita. Okay, brava. How did that feel?
More engagement.
Yeah. When you did the fior, super piano, super beautiful, the jaw went where it needs to go. But before that, in the middle section, your jaw wants to protrude. Now, when that happens, there's more chest resonance that comes in, which you want to have access to that in the middle. But you also want to think of, and I call them Birgit Nilsson's front teeth, because she would think here of her upper teeth. And she writes about that. When she was starting her career, she had a Verdi Requiem to sing, and she woke up and she couldn't phonate. It was like the beginnings of laryngitis. And she kept warming up because she said, I have to do this performance. I need to eat. I need to get that money. So then she just started to place, to just think here. And it was much more speaky. Okay? So if you can combine that with just letting that lower jaw relax. And what will help you is having this, but be mindful that it doesn't do that. Yeah, okay, brava. But let's keep going because you understand that. Addio.
Addio.
Sorry. Addio. Another thing that can help you, the tray.
Yeah.
So it's a sense of a tray coming from your midsection. And the forearm needs to stay connected to your body. Your arm has to stay touching your midsection. And you don't have to go out too far. But what happens with any, and I've said it, so bear with me, but for everyone, it's their first time hearing it, for me at least. Whenever there's a descending line, it could be a half step, it could be a whole line, the support goes out for all of us, So this enables the rib cage to stay open and for this section to engage. So, for example, if I jump to another one, involgi tutto quanto. It's not involgi tutto quanto. That's what it ends up feeling like, right? Okay, but if it's all landing here, it'll trampoline from here to then the higher pitch.
Okay.
So, addio senza rancor. Oh, could we just try? Let's just try this. Yeah. But does that make a difference?
Yes.
It's a different mentality for everything in the middle of your voice and descending lines. I would love for you to just work on that. So that sense of tray and that everything is landing here. This is your landing pad, which then becomes your trampoline for the higher pitch. It doesn't have to be a super high pitch, but just anything in addition to that. Beautiful. What a joy to hear you. Wonderful. Do you love the song?
Love it.
Yeah.
It's not sad at all.
It's called chanson triste, sad song, but you know, you're right, it's not. Interesting thing about Duparc, he was such a perfectionist that he burned and destroyed the majority of his compositions, and we have what, 11 songs?
Yes, just about fewer than 20 of his whole output survived, yeah, of everything.
So don't let your perfectionism get the better of you. Because I know we're missing out on a lot of great stuff there, right? Okay, beautiful. I want to give you a couple of suggestions to help make your life easier. That's what I'm here for. So, I don't know if you've been able to see or hear any other of the stuff I've been saying.
I was upstairs.
Oh, okay, so some of this is familiar to you then. All right.
I'm ready.
I want to start with a little bit of this. I want you to make some space here. So if you have your thumb and your index, you're opening a lot more than you normally would. This is going to feel different here now. So the D of do, I want you to release that up from your upper jaw. Do instead of do. Right? Just really release that up with keeping this here, this space here.
Sure.
Let's stop there. Thank you. How did that feel?
Lovely. The D wasn't impeding the rest of the phrase at all. It allowed the phrase to begin, really.
The consonants,
Yes,
the D.
consonant, yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with consonants?
It's evolving.
It's evolving.
In a positive direction.
It's an important question to ask singers if they have a good relationship, because sometimes the consonants, we don't like them. We think that they interrupt the line. And I want to introduce another visual for you. Imagine that consonants are porous so that air and water can go through them. Okay? So when you keep the air going, and that's the other thing I want you to do. So we don't have more than 2 hands on us, right? So you know what this feels like now. Da, ton cœur, da, ra, clair de lune. Every consonant, wherever it is, mid-word, beginning, doesn't matter, just always from here. Now I want you, with your free arms, I want you to do this. And this is the air moving, 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 moving. Okay? I'll do it with you. How did that feel?
Lovely.
Was that better?
Yes.
Okay. Did
Yes.
you feel more comfortable with your consonants?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now it's an afterthought.
Okay, great. Now, I stopped there because the next thing goes into a slightly different
Yes.
register. So I want to make sure that we're still releasing the consonants. I'd like you to go back to this, because what I do see happening is that the lower jaw is protruding just a bit, and then that takes out the head resonance that you need. So if I'm like this, but you're right. And the teeth are going to be like for B flats, things like that. Yeah, hi, right, okay. So you're going to need to really bite into the apple, and you can show those teeth if you want to. Just make sure that jaw is in check.
Right.
And it's going to feel different and perhaps a little vulnerable. That's okay. Trust it. The more familiar you are with these things, they won't feel so vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah, but when we're vulnerable, again, that's when time stands still with the music, okay? Okay. Oh, du clair de lune d'été, et pour fuir la vie. lovely. Can we try? So, et puis la vie appartient, really think releasing it from your upper jaw. And if you want to do a staccato, feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Okay. Ma. I know it's mo, ma. Just that.
Sure.
Right on it, right on it. Feel good? Okay, I want to try something. Thank you. I want to try something here.
Sure.
All right, let's see how our courage is feeling today.
Very high.
Okay, so for isolated higher notes, so this is A flat, A flat. So I do a lot of abstract visualization when I teach and even when I'm on stage myself. So tell me if this makes sense or not. I like to think that my lungs are right here. I know, bear with me. Very active imagination. So my lungs are here, and then I have my palms out. And when I inhale, and I really need to open that rib cage, how does that feel?
Very wide.
It's fantastic. And where I discovered it, I was preparing my first Madame Butterfly, and she's got that entrance aria, and then there's this high isolated B flat. And as I was coaching it and getting it in my body, I felt like that's it. I've given my maximum already, and I haven't even shown my face from backstage yet. So then learning how to do that, just isolated it. It felt so open, throat open, rib cage open, chest open, everything. And now, with other things I've demonstrated, we can't necessarily go out there and do this when we're doing it. But muscle memory, repetition. Think of an Olympic athlete. They're practicing their routines forever and ever and ever, right? Until they get out there and get to perform it. So it's muscle memory. You keep doing this again and again and again. All you have to do when it comes is just, even just that, here. No one knows what that is. Right? A lot of times when I'm interpreting and in concert and I need that tray sensation, oh, I'm so expressive. But you have to translate. Okay, good. So I'd like for you to try ma. But it requires a completely different. Do you want me to stand right here with you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do it to me, okay, towards me. So as you're getting to that point, ma. So if you have to breathe longer than, what is it, an eighth rest?
Yes.
Yeah. If you have to breathe longer than that to prep, it's okay. Ma. From there, from that openness. And remember, palms are out. Okay.
We're going from
Maybe leading up to it? Do you want to lead up to it or just isolate it?
Yeah, we'll do the phrase we just did or the one on
Whatever you want to do.
I would like to do the phrase we just
Yes. And then sing it to me and I'll prep with you, okay? I'll mirror you. How did that feel?
Good.
Do you want to try it again?
Yeah.
So it's, this is your kalaf moment. Okay?
Yeah.
Ah, good. something else. We're going to try, oh, good. Did you see that demonstration from before? Okay, so toes are pointed. How are we on time? We're okay? 6 minutes. Fab, thank you. All right, so your toes are pointing towards each other so that when you bend your knees touch. No, toes are pointed towards each other. I know, it feels funky, I know. Your knees are touching when you do this. And then if you put your hands here and you do this, there's a hip, if you can rotate as you bend your knees, so. But do this, okay, so hands are here, and now when your knees, when you bend your knees, this happens. One more time, inhale from here, exhale. One more time. Do you feel anything in your lower back?
Expansion.
Okay, great. Okay, so now, not before, right on it. Sure. Oh, quelquefois. So, tu prendras. Thank you. How did that feel? What did you feel?
It's a journey, definitely, towards a nice freedom.
Okay.
Just trying to get this guy. He still wants to be a little bit active. But definitely.
The other thing that we can try,
Yes.
so that you can feel freer, is if you find where your jaw is, these muscles here, they're part of the tongue village, and they like to grit.
Yeah.
So I want you to put a little pressure there, not too close to your here.
Right in here.
Exacto, right there. Okay. And go ahead and press. But not, you don't have to do, you can bend here, but I want you to press here. So, tu prendras. Okay, let's stop there for a second. How did that feel?
Very nice.
That I finally started to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Did you feel any resistance here?
In the phrase leading up to it, a little bit.
Okay. So if you feel resistance when you're pressing here, that means that there's a lot of gripping going on. So it will be really good for you to keep working on this.
Yes.
You could do panting exercises. You could do what I love to do when the lid is down on the piano. I lean on it, and then I do a series of breathing exercises. Do we have time for me to lower the lid? Would you mind if I lower? No, I can do it. It's okay. I just watch your hands and fingers. All right. Okay. Thank you for being a good sport. All right. If you want, go here so you can face the audience, and I'll be here. So you're gonna lean literally. Okay. Now take a deep breath and feel just here, and make as though your lungs are here now. Okay. You see how it pushes away? Second breath, I want you to put your hand on your lower back. So now you're focusing on this and your lower back. You feel that? And now with your other hand, put it around your rib cage. So now there are 3 points. A little higher. Okay, and now you're going to lean in and feel everything expand. Difference, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Could we try tu prendras ma tête?
Tu prendras ma tête malade, oh, quelquefois sur tes genoux, et lui diras une balade.
How much? 1 minute. Great. We've got 1 minute. I want to tell you something else. First of all, that was great. Did you feel a difference in your inhalations?
Yes, yes, yes.
There was such expansion here now, much more awareness. I want you to work on this for a while now. Another thing I noticed that sometimes you're breathing like, okay, so put your fingers here, breathe in on ah. All of you try it if you want to. What a great audience, what a great class. Okay, and now, not the English letter E, but the sound E. Breathe in on E. But you don't say it, sorry. Breathe in and thinking E. Do you feel the difference between breathing in on ah and then breathing in on E? On E, nothing moves. Okay? So with E, when you're thinking E, the vocal cords are together. The vocal cords are most together when you're singing E. Okay? No air can get through there. Meaning there's no space. Your tongue is slightly raised, so it is leading the air and leading the sound to this resonance. Okay? And it's where you have most room in your throat when you inhale on E. So I know that we're probably out of time, but I want you to try so that you can say tant de baiser, maybe lead up to that, leaning in on here, and I'm going to do this every time you inhale to remind you, inhale on E. And it's not E, it's relax, but E. Lean in, please. Okay. Uh-huh. What did that feel like?
The tongue was in a lovely position and the air was already where it needed to be, and I just could release.
And you were much more in your resonance.
Yes.
I feel that was finally getting into this resonance. When we breathe in on ah, everything goes back. The back of the tongue depresses, everything goes back, and I feel that the voice for all of us has to then sprint to try to find the resonators here. When you breathe in on E, it's taken care of.
Yes.
You're welcome. No. Bravo.
My name is Elise and I will be singing Noble Seigneur
From
Le Tenor by Maia Aramburú.
Wonderful.
Noble Seigneur, salut. Noble Seigneur,
Fantastic. How does it feel?
Oh, I've been singing here before, so it's...
Isn't it a great acoustic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful space. But how did you feel physically?
I felt like mostly good. A few of the high notes got away from me, I think, especially the C is always, a little tricky.
I think for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. B flats, B natural, Cs, and C sharps are in different zip codes.
Yeah.
I really do think they are. And they're so close together, but it's a different zip code.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to look at some of that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And this fly has been here ever since the recital yesterday. It really loves music, I'm convinced. Okay, where is a good place for you? What would you like to look at? Because towards the end here, when you're doing staccato, that's fantastic. It's very helpful because it ensures that your motor is the one in charge.
Yeah. I think to this line as well sometimes, just kind of the ending part, leading to the end sometimes gets away from me.
Okay.
But yeah, this staccato does help actually with the approach.
My guess is that because it happens to all of us, and I've touched on it already today, the descending lines, we really need to have a sense of a tray. Yeah. So if you just place your hands here, it could be one hand, it could be both, and make sure that your forearm is connected to your body the whole time as you're going forward. You don't have to go all the way out here, but just this, and imagine that every descending pitch is landing right here.
Right.
So that it keeps your rib cage open and it keeps these muscles here engaged. Otherwise, for all of us, the descending lines feel like they're dropping to the floor, and then we've got to pick them up, scramble, and then, climb Mount Everest. But if we're here, and then from here you go up to your next notes, you're going to feel it's all connected. Yeah. The other thing that I like to do is this concept of a C curve, and I literally just make the C here. And so the lowest note I sing, I will imagine that the resonance is not going to go lower than here. So that's a combination of this and also this. This tilts, and when it tilts, the inverted cone?
Yeah.
So that inverted cone will always be at the center of your C, so that if it's right here and the cone is opening here, you're more or less in your passaggio. Right. And as you go up higher, it will do this as you're tilting. And as you're tilting, you do this really well. Your lower jaw is never coming out to try to control, which is great. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's why the top is as easy as it sounds. Yeah. I hope it feels that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll say it does. Yeah, okay. So would you like to take it from here?
Yeah.
So that would be, do we have the same pages, 96? No. No, okay. Is that all right? Yeah. Thank you. Pardon me. for a second. Is this helpful?
Yeah,
Does
actually.
it give you a point of reference?
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like a map within the body. When in cadenzas, whenever you've got, especially those, whenever you have more than one note on the same vowel, repeat the vowel. It's a different lens. It's a completely different approach because you're no longer thinking notes, just thinking vowel.
Okay.
And trust me when I say the body already knows how to make those vowel sounds regardless of the pitch. So I just want you to see how that feels. Mm-hmm. You can also do ta, who's gonna?
Right.
Yeah, you can modify. You can modify. Just find the vowel that's comfortable for you up there because that's pretty high.
Okay.
Okay? And also just on that note, there's some notes that are about sound and others about text.
Right.
Right? And sound would be emotion too. Okay? So when you're going more towards the beauty and just sound quality, modify if you need to.
Okay.
Okay? How did that feel?
Yeah, then I can hold the B flat longer.
But did you feel like it was easier?
Yeah, I think I was overthinking the vowel thing, so I think I should try it again.
Okay, and then you can add one more thing and mix, which would be the T, release it from here, from the upper jaw. Have you heard me talk about it today or not yet? Okay, good. So it's all new for you. So this concept of releasing the consonant from the upper jaw, the larynx will stay in place, nothing is going to rise. It's just going to give you a little extra space between upper and lower jaw, which is what we need, all of us.
Right.
And then you're going to get a beautiful crown of overtones.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, I hear like, Yeah, okay, how did that feel?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, all right. So when we start to do these things and that coordination of all of these moving parts, that's when you get in touch with the physicality and the athleticism of what we do, right? And I would say singing, people might disagree with me, it's not hard, but the coordination is the hard work. And it should never feel as though you're driving to make a sound, and you're not, so you don't worry about that. But it's the difficulty, the challenge is in making sure that everything is aligned perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Did it feel good to you?
Yes.
Okay, anything else you want to look at?
I guess maybe the C.
Okay. And you're doing staccato, right?
Yes.
Now when you get up there, if you want to staccato it again, you can.
You mean on the high C?
But what about it is what's your question on it?
Sometimes when I lead up to it, I just don't always hit the bullseye, I guess, is how I would describe it.
Okay. Did you hear earlier the staccato exercises okay. May I have a D major chord, please? Thank you. I'll just demonstrate for you. And if you look at my midsection, that's why I'm doing this so you can see how it moves. So I feel this is still.
Okay.
It's all in here. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Brava. And on your own time, in your practice room, in your lessons, just go up half steps. For your voice type, when you get to an A natural or an A flat, just do it once through. And it would be from there onward. And you'll probably be pleasantly surprised on how high you can go, because this is doing all the work.
Okay.
That's why I love that. The combination is 1 3 5, 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 5 3 1.
Okay.
Okay. So with that in mind, now that you did that exercise, we're gonna tackle that, and you're gonna hit it in the center. Can we try more of this? Or, depending on the singer, some singers want more of this, and some singers want more, which I think you're going to need, is taking a bite of the apple.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that right when I get to the C or before?
You might want it before. You might want it around, well, you've got an A. start preparing it on the A, and then on the C you might do more. Don't worry about what you look like. Some of my students say, but I need to look pretty. And I say, you are. You want to sound pretty too. All right, and you want it to be free, so. If you don't mind, once you get to the C, do it again. So, but from here.
Okay. Yeah.
And there might be a little bit of gripping going on
Yeah.
here. Do you want to try? Okay, so if you find your, is this okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, look, the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body, and there are other muscles around there that team up and are like the wingman for the tongue that then want to keep gripping for all of us. So find your jaw right here, and then just underneath. Maybe a little to the side there. Okay, keeping your head aligned, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. And if you feel, what you're going for is, if you press enough, it should free up the sound. And if you feel resistance from here, it's very telling that we need to focus more on this.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you want me to repeat the C again, or just?
You don't have to know. No. Okay. How did that feel?
That was better. It didn't grip. Yeah.
Did you feel a little resistance here? It
Teeny
wanted to,
I was fighting it.
but you were telling it no.
Yeah.
Okay, now, which is good. Now, what is so important to keep in mind is that everything in life, but especially singing and gymnasts and dancers, I would say, it's mind over matter.
Yeah.
So once you do this and you start to experience what it is to have that free sound up there, you know you can do it.
Yeah.
You know it's there. You have done it. You have felt it. And now you keep working on it again, still doing this, and feeling what's resisting, what needs more attention. And this is what needs more attention.
Yeah.
Do we have time to put the lid down again? Okay. Do you? Okay. Maybe you should do it so I don't mess up the lid of this. Can you imagine? Thank you so much. Okay. If you don't mind, step here. Now you can either face here or face the audience. What would you prefer?
I'll just stand here.
Okay. So I'll do this with you. Let me move this out of the way. So you're going to lean with this. Get to a point where, yeah, I bend my knees so you can, yeah, but not so much this. You want to stay upright.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So the first deep breath, really breathe into as if your lungs are right here. Everything okay? All right. Okay. Your next one with your hand behind your lower back.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I want you to focus here and lower back. Feel that expansion. And then for the third one, your hands around your rib cage. So you're going to feel these 3 points as you inhale and resist. Okay?
Yeah, I feel like it's hard with my lower back, for sure. Like
You feel it?
I feel like I can tell that I sometimes am closed off.
Interesting. Sometimes it's a posture thing, and I'll exaggerate what we don't want to do. And for us ladies, when we're wearing high heels, you know, it's like we shorten this. So this is the super incorrect way, right? And then what we have to do is tilt this as if we're going to sit down this way, and that's the proper alignment. So flats would be better for us, but knowing that you can correct even with heels.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a great thing, a great exercise for you to start doing. Again, inhaling, filling here, lower back and ribs. So let's not right now do the one that goes to the high C, but let's do something. It could be scales or longer line, just so that you feel this resistance, you feel the engagement from here. Where would you like to take it from?
This line, maybe.
Okay, so that's,
The one we did before.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Really paying attention to these 3 points as you inhale and prepare. How did that feel?
Yeah, I felt it in the body.
Good for you. Okay, so that's your motor.
Yeah.
And then everything here, you don't even have to think about this.
Yeah.
It's all here. Do you want to keep going?
Sure, yeah.
How much time do we have? 2 minutes? It's only if you...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Que Dieu protège vos combats, vos amours, harcelés, chevaliers, Dieu protège.
How did that feel?
Good.
Good, okay, keep going.
Yeah.
I think that's the face of, that feels good.
Yeah. Well, I guess when I sang the C like 15 times, it's getting harder, so.
Yeah. It's a very impressive high C.
So I'll probably just not sing it again.
Okay, okay.
I'll try one more time. Okay.
Brava. I want to introduce another concept for you. You don't have to try the high C with this, but if you take your upper lip and you pull it out like this, and make sure that you're not over singing, otherwise it'll be counterproductive. But this will tap into your head resonance and on your own time, because what happens, you could try it here, but it might go into a whistle. And so I don't know if you want to try that in a masterclass setting, but I want you to try it in a, so why don't we take something that doesn't go, just center, maybe passaggio,
Okay.
because I would like you to try this. Even this,
Yeah, maybe, or like maybe the G.
yes,
Would that be?
yes.
Chevalier.
Chevalier, da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Is that, so on the G I would do that, or the
Yeah.
whole time?
Have it here so that it's ready, but you definitely want to do it for the G. And just really praise it. So what happens is that the tongue doesn't grip, the jaw does not protrude, and it really guides you to that head resonance. It's,
Okay.
I think that will help you for the top.
Chevalier, chevalier.
You see?
Yeah,
No, it's fantastic.
yeah,
Because you're tapping into a head resonance
yeah,
that you're not familiar with yet.
correct, yes.
High five. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning. Try it again so you can
Yeah.
get used to that feeling. Yeah.
Okay. Chevalier, chevalier.
Okay, now that you've tried it on your own for the higher stuff, definitely work on that. That's
Okay.
going to open a whole new world
Cool.
for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How are we on time? Okay. I'm so glad I got to hear you. Bravissima. That's